Hey, it's Nicole back here with another great question from one of our members in the Facebook group. And the question was, how do I basically stop this craziness in my mind, right? How do I stop all of this chatter going on so that you can make decisions more effectively and move forward without your mind kind of going on this random thought spree? Well, there's a couple things to this. One, there's a difference between thinking and feeling energy. And when I say that, I'll give you an example of, and I'm going to give you some, little techniques too to drop out of your head and sort of drop into your power space. Okay, so you can feel more, because basically your mind is created to process things. And it's always scanning, always analyzing, always collecting information. Its job is to help you figure things out. In other words, to learn to read, to learn to, math, to stick to your calendar, to tell you what time it is when you look at the clock. Like, there are things that your mind is obviously wired for. And I'm talking more about your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is always functioning, always operating, keeping things, running without having to really think about them, right? So there's that. But when the conscious mind just goes a little bit berserk and we're really up in our head and we have something, and it's something too when I look at scanning energy, if someone's really up in their head and they're having racing thoughts and just tons and tons of thinking and it's exhausting, it's almost tying them up in knots where they're just not moving forward. That's an issue. We have a little bit of a blocker and imbalance because you're just not able to make those decisions like I feel from your question that, like, oh, how do we do this, right? So the thinking energy, and that is different than the body energy. Your body's really your tool. It's your guide, okay? It's given to you to monitor how you're feeling. Feeling good, feeling not so good. Feeling good, feeling not so good. That's it. There's only two kinds. You either feel good or you don't feel good. And if you're in the feel good, you're going in the right direction. If you're in the not feel good, not so much. When your head and your brain is just like, it won't shut down and it's going crazy, chances are you're kind of in that not feeling good place because you're not really functioning from an intuitive place. So one of the things I would suggest is working, and that's why it's part of my program. Two of the things I'm going to talk about are a main piece of the program. And when I'm working with someone is your inner chatter does matter. So we do look at what is the inner chatter that's going on. Is it supporting you? Is it helping you really get the answers that you need, that you're looking for, but also with your intuition? So you mentioned in your question about from the head to the heart. And definitely, your intuition is going to help you feel things out. When you feel things, are they right? Does it feel good? Does it feel light? If it's light, it's right. Yay, awesome. So that's one of the tips I would give you is when you're in decision-making mode, if it feels light, it's right. It's your intuition telling you, yes, this feels right for you. If something feels no, it's causing discomfort, it's causing you to, pull back or it's constricting your energy, then your intuition's really telling you that is not for you. So it's learning more about how your intuition speaks with you, how those signals and signs come through for you, which is again something that I really work closely with people so they understand not just what intuition is, but how your intuition is trying to communicate with you, what those signs and signals really look like and feel like, so that you can move forward like that. And the other part of it is, yes, listening to your inner chatter. Now, I would wonder, and I ask you, what kind of thoughts are running on and on and on? Are they, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. If it's like that, then again, it's dropping back into that intuitive feeling place versus being in that thinking energy. So what I was going to say before with the thinking energy, to give you an example of the difference, thinking energy versus intuitive energy and how those thoughts really differ, the example that I always give is if I asked you to tell me the story of the little girl in the woods and you had to make up a story, like I asked you, just make me up a story, tell me what happened to the little girl in the woods. You would pause, you'd have to think. It's kind of a different energy. It's a different place that you're pulling information from. When you get intuitive information, you don't have to pull it from anywhere. It just pops in just like that. It's super simple. It's very clear. It's very complete. It comes to you ready to use, ready to implement. Okay, sometimes, yeah, it takes a little bit of what does that mean? Why did I get that thought? Why did I get that feeling? But being able to drop from here in this running place, again, getting that balance in that energy center so that you're just downloading information and moving forward with it versus feeling like you're over processing everything. I would also encourage you to work on that self-trust. Okay, just work on really trusting yourself, applying your intuition, letting your intuition kind of guide you. What do I feel like for lunch today versus what should I have? Okay, what should I have on the menu? What's healthy? What do I think would be good for me? What do I feel like? Wow, that chicken salad with strawberries and fancy kind of dressing and whatever pecan, I don't know, throw whatever in there, that feels really good. Okay, that's using your intuition to help you make a decision. It's a simple decision, but really it's just letting your intuition kind of guide you and lead you and learning to trust that and learning to trust yourself. If you're laying in bed at night and you're feeling like, oh my God, my brain won't shut down and what should I do? And another quick tool is doing what I call a paper dump. Pen and paper. I love super simple tools, and just sit down and start writing anything that comes to your mind, anything at all, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about if anybody sees it. Don't worry about if it makes sense or not. Just scribble it all out. Some of it might be to do things that you've been thinking, oh yeah, I need to do that and I need to do that. Some of it might be things you're worried about that you don't know the outcome yet, decisions you have to make. But you'll find that some of it actually helps you work through some of the answers and the solutions. Your muse kind of comes in and you get sort of this intuitive download on the paper. Ultimately, what I want you to understand is that is such a simple energy tool, but it is real medicine. You're taking energy that's locked up and stuck in here, and you're transferring it through you, right through that pen, right onto the paper, and you release it. Then it gives you the opportunity to take a step back and look at the information and say, what can I do something about on that list? And what can't I do something about? Because there's only two things in life, things you can do something about and things you can't. Focus on the things you can do something about. Let your intuition guide you to make those decisions. Continue to work on self-trust. Continue to talk to yourself and work on that inner chatter. Things like meditation, closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths. The biggest thing is talking to yourself, not listening to yourself. If I just listen to my mind chatter on all day, goodness sakes, we have 60, 70,000 thoughts every single day, and the rule goes that there's about 85% of them are negative, and those thoughts are really from the day before and the day before that and the day before that. So they're just replaying over and over and over. You have the power to re-record that information so that it's serving you in a really good way, and then you can move forward with some of that. So again, it's always checking with your energy and taking control. Put some harnesses on those thoughts and make them work for you. All right, I hope that was helpful. Again, that's something that is a very specific area that we work on in my program because this is going nonstop all day.